These my dollars make it hurt.
It's time. What's up? What's up? Like Flair, what's up? What's going on? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We are here early on this Victory Friday. I know people like to say Victory Monday and all that. Well, it's not Monday, so it's Friday. So Victory Friday. We are here, gathered together, talk about this team that we ride the roller coaster with, the Dallas Cowboys. What is going on, everybody? Listen, I hope that you guys would do me the favor and come in and hit that like button or heart button, whatever channel that you're watching me on. Would you hit that for me? Do me a favor, do that. Hit it about 12 times if you don't mind. Hit it for me, and let's get in. If you really want to help me out, why don't you share this like I'm doing right now. Share it to Cowboy groups that you're in, or personal people, or whatever. It would be nice if you would do that. That'll be an early Christmas present for me, since we're in the Christmas season now. That'll be an early Christmas present if you would do that for me. It won't cost you anything. Just share, hit the share button. That would be nice. Help your boy out real quick if you don't mind. It's good to see you guys that are coming in, and for those that will be watching this a little bit later on, I appreciate you guys as well. If you want to contribute to the podcast, you can see. Let me see on the screen. Yep, there it is. If you want to do the Cash App, it's there. $, the Big Time Show. It's not a requirement, but it would be appreciated. If you're on Facebook, you can use the stars. If you are on YouTube, you can use the super chat button there. As well. As always, if someone does a super chat, I don't care what I'm doing, I'm going to stop and talk to you guys and read your comment, because if you bless the show with, a little financial, whatever the super chat is, the least I could do is just read your comment. I mean, come on now. I think that's nice. I think that's only being nice and appreciative to all of you guys. So I'm done sharing now. Good to see everybody popping in. I came on a little bit early because obviously it's a lot of stuff that's going on today, and I'm going to be a part of it. So I just came on early enough to come on here now. No, this is not my regular time, but I guess when you do your own thing, you can do whatever time you like. But but I appreciate you guys waking up or doing whatever you do. Let's go ahead and talk about what we already know. I told everybody, if you followed the show just a few days ago, I told you what was going to happen. It's not a surprise to me. Matter of fact, I didn't predict it because I don't really do predictions anymore, but I called it. You guys can tell where I was leaning by the way I was talking. I expected the Cowboys to show up yesterday because, number one, call it like it is, we're better than the Giants. We were supposed to beat the Giants. And, some would say, well, it wasn't good enough. Listen, you're playing a division game, when you're playing a team that knows you, usually games are close. The game final score really didn't indicate how the game really went. Cowboys, in my view, handled the Giants quite. They treated them like their team is tanking. They treated them like, they don't belong on the field. And that's, to me, what happened. They overall out-physical the Giants. No surprise. But that really was not what I was talking about in the previous show. Let's put something to bed now, okay? Because it's obvious whether you want to put it to bed or not. You might as well put it to bed. All of you that were Team Tank, you can go ahead and bury it now. It's over. There will not be a top, unless the Cowboys lose the rest of the games, which I don't think they will. But you can go ahead and put it you definitely can put a top 5 pick to bed. It's over. I'm gonna say you can put a top 10 pick to bed as well. That's what I'm going. Really, that's what this win was. Really, well, it's not what this win was. It was partially for that. The guys that's playing are not concerned at all with the fan base, part of the fan base that is saying let's tank and get a top 5 pick and all that. They don't care. The coaching staff, it's obvious they don't care about what some of our fan base is thinking. And they did something about it to make sure that it's not going to happen. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news to some of you, but it's over. So you're left with no choice now but to say, okay, where we going to end up in the draft? Is it going to be between 16 and 21? Okay, exactly. So, it's over. And thank you, Metris. Let me speak to everybody here. Metris, I'm going to put your comment up because I was just about to ask that. Regina, how you doing, ma'am? Kermit, how you doing, sir? Brother Lee, how you doing, man? Metris again, how you doing? Miss Wanda, how you doing? KD, H2, Jones, what's up, brother? Tommy, what's up, man? Ain't seen you in a while. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Here's a comment that Metris just put up. See, that's why you can put it to bed. Right there. In just 3 games, we went from a top 10 pick. Then we dropped down, I believe, to 11th, after Washington game, or 12th, one of them. And now with the win, we 14th. And it's going to drop lower because the Cowboys are going to pull off a couple more wins. So you can forget it. Now, the Cowboys can get to the top 10 pick and all that type of stuff, but look how much they're going to have to give up to get there. And Jerry Jones is not going to do that. They love drafting so much, so y'all can forget it. So if we start talking about At first we were talking about Travis Hunter, we were talking about Shador Sanders, all this. You can forget that. Forget that. The kid from Boise State. I don't know if he's gonna be there or not, but if he is, he might fall in that spot there somewhere because the value for running backs are down. So he might be there. I don't know. But this is my little draft part because the Cowboys are not tanking, y'all. So get it in your head, get it over with. It's over. Forget it. I hate to tell you that. It's over. And let me say what I said before, and maybe now you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying, what's up, JVB boy? I'm not saying that the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs. I'm not saying that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm being responsible as a podcaster and trying to show you what it is. The Cowboys are closer to the last wild card spot than they are getting a top 10 draft pick. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me for that, but my nose has its own brain right now, so forgive me. The Washington Commanders are 7-5. Hey James, I see you, man. I appreciate all y'all popping in this morning. All right. The Washington Commanders are 7-5. Cowboys right now are 5-7. Last game, if you were watching the game yesterday, they put up a graph or whatever, a picture that showed the NFC playoff picture. Did you notice yesterday that they had all the teams that were, as of today in the playoffs, and then they had the little bottom row that said in the hunt? Did y'all see that? All right. If you saw that, then you saw teams that were in the hunt that only had 5 wins. Hello. Cowboys got 5 wins, y'all. So they weren't on there yesterday because the game wasn't completed yet. But since they won, see how quick things turn around real quick, y'all? Guess what, y'all? Cowboys are in the hunt. I mean, that's what they had yesterday, right? If 5-7 was in the hunt, don't the Cowboys have 5 wins now? So don't that make them in the hunt, right? Okay. I just want to give you the picture real quick. And that last, hey James, no, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Cowboys gonna have to get moved heaven and earth now to get Shador Sanders. The Giants want Shador Sanders bad. There was a if y'all go to, I don't know if it was Coach Prime's, Dion's personal Instagram or was it Colorado, but it was one of them. Scouts were at the practice. And Dion walked up on the New York Giants. They brought 4 guys with them. Some of y'all may have seen that. One of those guys that the Giants brought was the general manager of the New York Giants. Now I believe, to be honest with you, I believe that they were trying to knock 2 birds out with one stone. I wouldn't be surprised if they were there to talk to Dion too, trying to get some type of gauge. I understand all these guys are committing to Colorado and all that, but I wouldn't be. See, the Giants can do what a few other organizations can do. Okay? Hey, the Cowboys, what's up? They can offer Dion and get Shador. The Giants can do that. The Raiders can do that. The Giants and the Raiders can do that. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I don't think New England would do that. And New England already has a quarterback in Drake May. So they're not looking for Shador. Jacksonville has Trevor Lawrence. They're not looking for a quarterback. Now, Jacksonville, number 1 pick, they might get Travis Hunter, period. See what I'm saying? So those 2 teams I just named, well, really New York and the Raiders, would offer Dion. I'm saying 2 teams because Antonio Pierce for the Raiders, I love him, but I don't think he's going to make it, especially if you can get a Dion. And then the Giants, of course, if they wanted to, they definitely going to draft Shador. But unless Dion raise all type of craziness and saying my son not going to play for the Giants, I doubt that. I'm just saying that those are the 2 teams that you really need to look at because it won't be the Cowboys. I'm just saying that's what they're doing. We all know they got rid of Saquon, the Giants. Then they got rid of Daniel Jones. So you already know they're in the market for a quarterback. You know that they're going to have a very high pick. And Shador will be the number 1 pick as far as quarterback goes. It just only makes sense. But the opportunity for Dion, because if I was the Giants, I would offer him the job. Because it is can you imagine Deion Sanders in New York City? Come on, y'all. I just want you to think about the automatic buzz that would happen there. All right. So can you imagine Deion Sanders and Shador Sanders in Las Vegas? Come on, y'all. I mean, good Lord. I mean, come on. Those 2 places would be anything where Deion goes. It's gonna be on fire anyway. But if you get both of them, come on, man, it'll just be electric. That's just the bottom line. So get off that. I'm just saying the Giants staff was there at Colorado's practice. The general manager of the New York Giants was at the practice along with 3 scouts. That's all you need to know. You know what time it is. So the Giants are trying to make sure that they can get ahead, to be honest with you, of New England, of the Raiders, New England and the Raiders. They really ain't worried about Jacksonville. You understand? Yeah. Hey, what's up, Leon? I see you, brother. How you doing? So it's obvious what's going on. I don't think they're worried about Jacksonville because Jacksonville was not picking a quarterback. As long as, and I don't think New England is either. But as long as the Raiders are not in front of the Giants, it is a great chance that Shador Sanders will be a Giant. The Raiders are on the chase to get Shador Sanders too. And they're right neck and neck. So that's why, to lead to the game now, that's why they don't mind throwing a Drew Lock out there. Even though he ain't practiced all week, even though he ain't had no first team reps. That's what they want. They want pure destruction because they have a goal in mind. They're trying their best to tank and get this kid who they believe is the future of their franchise. That's what they're trying to do. And there's no question about it. Now, I'll get to your question, James, a little bit later on that. So the Cowboys, as I said on the other show, this was the perfect team to play in trying to get right. That's what this game was all about. You know, my late grandmother there, she used to say things like, we need some get right. That's what the Giants were for us. We needed to build. We needed confidence. I don't care who we played. We need confidence. We need some momentum because if they're not going all in and they're closer in the hunt, in the playoff picture, then guess what, y'all? Then you need to get some get right. Because if you're going to try to make a run, you need to make a run. And quiet as it's kept, y'all. I told y'all, I'm not excited. I just told y'all what it was the other day. They're on a 2-game winning streak. The momentum started at Washington. They just riding the momentum to the New York Giants. And believe it or not, y'all, I ain't trying to I'm fast forwarding, but let me tell y'all, Monday night in 10 more days or 9 more days, it is the biggest game of the year. Yep. The Cincinnati Bengals versus the Cowboys in Jerry World on Monday night will be the biggest game of the year. To Cowboys, I see you put any word on Butler or Thomas. I haven't heard it all, but man, Butler looked like he tore his knee up. Be honest with you, non-contact. Thomas, I look like he was holding his knee as well. So I don't know. I haven't heard anything yet, but I think it's safe to say they probably won't be there Monday night. As far as CD goes, because I know somebody gonna ask the question, I believe CD is gonna play Monday night. He's a warrior, and all they gonna do with CD, y'all. For those of us that have played sports, you already know what's going to go down with CD. You're gonna get shot up real good. And trust me, that's what's gonna happen. And he probably gonna try to get out there and give it a go until he gets knocked on the shoulder again like he did. That's what re-injured it. You remember now, CD is playing with a sprained AC joint as it is, and he never took off. Usually you're supposed to take off at least 2, depending on how the severity of it is. You're supposed to take off at least 2 to 3 weeks. CD has not taken off at all. And now he got 9 days. He's getting treatment, and probably as we speak, that's probably going to be what he does until, it's time to go. So then they're going to shoot him up with some of that good stuff, and he's going to try to get out there and play. That'll be my bet as it goes. But the Cincinnati game, y'all, is huge. Why am I saying that? Because if the Cowboys pull that game off, we all gonna have to change a lot of narratives. And I realize we got more games than Cincinnati. But if you can beat a Joe Burrow-led team with Chase playing, with T. Higgins playing, with their offense is still lethal. They can score. They don't have a defense. And you know what I'm saying? They don't have a defense, but they got an offense that can score with anybody. And if we can get that confidence that we can shut down Joe Burrow, then, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have another talk. Because remember, the last playoff spot, and that's really, you can forget the other spots. The last playoff spot is currently right now 7-5. Remember that. And Washington don't look too hot right now. And I'm expecting them to drop some more. Okay? I'm expecting them to drop some more. And if Washington loses, guess what? You just come closer back to the pack. And you ain't got but a 2-game lead. And there's plenty of football left. And keep in mind, we still got Washington on our schedule. I'm just saying, if I was a betting man, I would say the Cowboys are not going to make the playoffs. However, I know that. However, things are getting a little interesting. I'm just saying. All right, now let's look at the game real quick. I told you guys, I just say it like this. Um, Mike McCarthy starred there. I don't understand him. Well, I understand him. He is what he is. I understand him. It's just that this dude, it's obvious. It makes no difference who the quarterback is. He is really a pass happy coach. It's obvious. I know what the final score was. I know what Rico did. I know what Cooper Rush did. What I'm talking about in the game, when he got just nonstop running about 13 plays of running and only ran twice, when it was obvious that the running game was working, I don't understand how he has these moments in the game where he forgets that there's something other than passing the football from the shotgun formation. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's almost like he forgets that Cooper Rush is a backup quarterback. Again, I know what the final stat said. I understand. I understand Rico got over 100 yards. I understand all that. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about these 3 and outs when your defense is playing extremely well, but they don't get no rest. I don't understand when we get to the 20-yard line after pounding the ball, after even throwing your little short passes, and you're running it up their throat, and you're getting 3, 4, 5 yards a pop almost, over 4. I don't understand when we get to the red zone, why in the world, and this is what we used to blame Kellen Moore for. Why are you running a reverse jet sweep? I don't get it. You lose yardage on it. When Rico done ran the ball, you running it down, you giving him the ball inside, outside, he gets about 3, 4 yards. He stays ahead of the sticks. I don't. It's those type of plays that I just don't get. It's almost like he has moments in the game where he is allergic to the football and running the ball. He is allergic to it. When it's obvious what he should be doing. I know some of y'all were looking at the game. I know y'all were saying the same thing I'm saying. I don't get it. The line is obviously moving guys out of the way. I mean, hello. It's like you trying to give Cooper Rush fantasy football numbers, and that's not what we're doing right now. Shoot, I'm almost scared to see if Dak was playing. I mean, good God. I mean, I'm looking at it. I think he threw the ball. Let me look at it. I think he threw the ball 36 times. I mean, yes. At the end of the day, Cooper Rush he was 21 for 36. I mean, I'm going to keep this one up here, Demetrius. Demetrius, boy, I'm coming back to that in just a second. Y'all ain't got to comment on it. Demetrius, you're ahead of me in my notes, but that's similar to what I had to say. So you just stay right there. I left it up there because I need to talk about that. All right. 36 times. Rico should have had, to be honest with you, with a mixture of Zeke. Let me see. We ran the ball. Rico ran it 22 times. Zeke Elliott ran it 1 time. Lemke ran it 3 times. Avante Turpin with that little jet sweep ran it once. And Cooper Rush, I don't even count his. He had 5 catches with no yards. So I'm going to count the Turpin run and everybody else. So there's 23, 26, 20. We ran the ball 27 times. Okay. I don't see Cooper. I mean, Rico should have had 150 yards yesterday. I mean, I ain't gonna complain. He had 22 carries for 112 yards. That's 5 yards a carry. He should have carried the ball at least 26 times yesterday. Zeke should have ran at least. He only had 1 carry. Zeke was supposed to probably have it maybe about 3 to 5 times since they dedicated to, keeping a Rico hand. It's the moments in the game that I got a problem with Mike McCarthy. This period of time where he just thinks that Cooper Rush is Dan Marino. I mean, I don't get it. We won the game, we controlled the game, and all that. But every game, man, he acts like he has Brett Favre, and it's in those moments where teams get back into the game. Anybody notice at the end of the game? See, I'm talking about inside the game. Yeah, we won. That's fine. Anybody knows how tired the defense was yesterday at the end? Don't think because New York was in a 2-minute offense, really for the last 4 minutes, they was in the 2-minute offense of the game. That'll get you tired because you really can't switch out. You know what I'm saying? You can't switch out. You can't, sub, too much. And understandably, you get a little tired. But please understand that by being on the field when your team has these 3 and outs, that adds to your fatigue level. And that's what the Cowboys do. We forget. Rico should have raised his hand like, hey man, can we go and run it again? You see what I'm doing out here? I mean, it's and he does it every game. So I don't have hope for that to change. And because he didn't change, I got to say this. Shout out to Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush was solid yesterday. He was. Cooper Rush was solid. 21 for 36, 195 yards. I mean, his yard per average is only 5 yards per pass, but they was obviously efficient. 1 touchdown, and most of all, no interceptions, and had an 82.5 rating. We can win with that. Shout out to Cooper Rush. He only called the plays that was given to him from the sideline. I don't know how much pull Cooper Rush has as far as changing plays at the line. I'm quite sure he has full knowledge of the offense, but I don't know if he has that power like Dak has. I don't know that. Well, let me take that back. He did. Because you remember he shot a kill, I think at least 3 times. So he has power to change the plays. On that note, I need to talk to Rush because son, you need to go with what's working, man. I got a running back that's flat out working. I got a running back that's getting the job done, taking time off the clock, giving my defense a rest, and he's producing. The chains are moving. We got turnovers and then couldn't get a yard. We got a possession at the end, and we had 2 timeouts left. Y'all remember that? We got the ball back, and we ain't gained 1 yard because we wanted to throw the ball. We was at the 40. All we need about 10 yards. We can get a field goal to try. Know what kind of field goal kicker we got. We got 2 timeouts. You can't run it. But if y'all want to say I'm being nitpicky, I'll take it. I just see where we can even be a little bit better. See, with Cooper Rush in the game, y'all, okay, with Cooper Rush in the game plan changes. It's not on the Dak Prescott offensive playbook. It's on a more ball control, defense lead the way type of complementary football program. That's where we are. Cooper Rush only threw for 195 yards. And I'm saying he played very well yesterday. Looked more in control. Got the ball out of his hands. Whether it was 3 yards, all them little 3 yards add up when you got a running game. It added up. The 3-yard pass, the stop routes, all that added up. I ain't knocking Rush. Rush played well yesterday. He did. He did. I give him total credit. I will. And he's a big part of why we won yesterday. Cooper Rush was. But we can't turn Cooper Rush into Dak Prescott, and that's the problem I got with McCarthy. He thinks he's got Dak Prescott. Just because he got full knowledge of the offense don't mean he's supposed to run the full offense. You got to adjust. This talking about, well, we don't have to change anything with Cooper Rush and that. You know that's a lie. You have to change it. The defense is the leader, or should be the leader now of this team. And the offense plays off the defense. Hey, Michelle, I'm glad you went. Maybe you're the reason why we finally pulled off our first home win. Michelle was there. Everybody say hello to Michelle. Michelle is the reason why. Michelle, you talked to the team before they went out there? Because if you did and they played for you, then we're going to say, look, we're going to do a GoFundMe account. We're going to send you to all the rest. You got to think 3 games out the last 5. We're going to send you to every game. Huh? We got to do that. We got to. Yeah, we got to send you that. We got since you got it going on. Look, I believe you talked to the team, Michelle. I believe you lit the fire. I believe you got them going. We gonna get a GoFundMe account. If you're working, and you talk to the coach too. See what I'm talking about? Yeah. Look, everybody, look, we gonna do it now. We gonna set up the GoFundMe account. We gonna send Michelle there every week because she motivated the team. And you saw what happened yesterday. So, Michelle, I'm sorry if you got to work. Look, you just might get fired because you're going to Dallas. I got to go to work big time. No, you ain't going to work, Michelle. No. You going to Dallas this weekend. What about my family? Look, if we gotta send Uber Eats to wherever you live at and take care of your family, so be it. But you going to Dallas. Huh? You going to Dallas next weekend. You going to be, look, Monday night, I don't know what you got going on, but you going to Dallas, Michelle. Look, I got to be at work Tuesday. You took your wig off. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what you got to do. You got to take your wig off. You got to go on. You got to light him and do him. You doing right? I ain't knocking. I can hear you now. I got to be at work Tuesday morning. Use one of your PTO days. You taking off. You going to Dallas next Monday night. What have we found out with Cooper Rush? Can we also give a couple shout outs real quick? Oh, Michelle, you need to be out there now. You need to be at the Star right now. You need to go on down the street. Go on down there and get to the Star now. And get in their tail again. Tell them stop all this smiling. We still got work to do. That's what you need to go down. Go on drive down there now. Go on get to the practice facility. They ain't took off yet. They supposed to have a meeting today. Go on down there, meet them down there. Tell them, hey, quit all that laughing. Don't get in no trouble while you go home. Get your mind right. And if you see anybody without an iPad, send their tail right back in that building and get the Cincinnati film for them. Tell them y'all need to be studying while y'all at the house. You know what you need to tell them, okay? All right. I got family in Dallas too. I need to get them on the phone. Tell them get on down there. Don't worry about it. I got it. Can we give shout outs to 2 other people? Because we done found out something in these last few games. Things that we wouldn't say. All right, let's get these shout outs. Number 1, Schoonmaker. Now, I love him because he plays on my favorite college team, or he played on my favorite college team, which is Michigan, of course. Schoonmaker has showed up, and maybe he needed extended time with Jake Ferguson out. Maybe he needed that to get him going, but he looks real good, blocking wise as well. He looks good blocking. He is a huge target, and he can get there. Okay, so I got you, Michelle. Oh, you work there? Okay, I got you. Schoonmaker look real good. He deserves a lot of credit. He looked good the last 2 games. Now, here's the thing when Mike McCarthy or whoever else needs to take into account. Schoonmaker and Ferguson, that's the 2 tight end set. See, we got stuff we ain't never used. Since you can see that he looks good, okay, let's not get amnesia when Ferguson gets back. It's common sense. Use both of them. 2 tight end set. I'm just saying. It just makes sense. The other one that needs credit offensively is something that we need to do more of, because it looks like every time he touched the ball, 9 times out of 10, he gonna make a play, and a big one. And that is Kevontae Turpin. He is turning into a all-around weapon. We already know what he can do on special teams. We already know how deadly he is there. But he is turning into he's improved from the wide receiver position to the point where teams got to really pay attention when he comes into the game. He really is a problem. If he gets an opening, let's just be honest, he can take it to the house. It's just that simple. That's what that's what we're learning. This is what we're learning in this little time here. And I hope Dak Prescott is sitting up there paying attention as well, since he up there in the skybox. I hope he paying attention for next year. Like, okay, I know I got CD and all that, but let me incorporate all this into my game. To be honest with y'all, Kevontae Turpin in the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, he's starting to remind me a little bit of Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley, man, if y'all remember, Cole Beasley could not be guarded. He couldn't be. And usually he would have one-on-one in the slot, and nobody could guard Cole Beasley. We just didn't give him the ball enough. Buffalo figured it out, and Cole Beasley was an all-pro, y'all. Forget Pro Bowl. Did y'all hear what I said? You don't believe me? Go look. Josh Allen figured it out and went there and had him doing the same thing. And Cole Beasley turned into an all-pro. I'm saying about Turpin, I know he's small and all that, but he has I'm not saying he is Cole Beasley, but I'm saying he has a Cole Beasley type of effect. And because of that, when you don't have your quarterback in, you need to use all the weapons that you can to make sure that you keep a defense somewhat honest. Turpin does that for us. So I just, if you're noticing it, he's starting to have an effect from the wide receiver position. So I'm just saying, those are two guys. We already know what Rico can do if he get the ball more. You just saying there's no surprise to me to see Rico do it. The only question about Rico was, can he stay healthy? That's it. As long as Rico can stay healthy, this is what you're gonna see. That's been his only problem. He just, I don't know, JVB boy. I don't know. I don't know about that now. I don't know. You know, he's not considered a target. You know, like how many catches did he have yesterday? I'm sorry, Cole. Turpin had led the team yesterday in catches with 4 receptions. You know, but that may be his highest game ever. Beasley would get 5, 6, maybe even 7. He was a better route runner. I don't think Beasley can match him, Turpin, in speed. He don't have the explosion of Turpin. But Beasley was so good at route running, man. I mean, he ain't better. He's not a better route runner than Beasley. I see why you're saying that, though. I think Turpin that's debatable. But I would lean to say Turpin is more of a threat than Cole Beasley was. But I'm saying Beasley was guaranteed to get open, and he knew every route in the route tree. And he was good for Romo. He was good for Dak. I'm saying he was good. And I think Beasley can turn into that. That's what I'm saying. Not Beasley, but Turpin can really turn into that. I hope Dak paying attention up there. Yeah, exactly. That's what it was, Roy. So I'm not saying by no means trash. I'm just saying there are areas that Turpin is better than Beasley was, and then it's vice versa. But I'm hoping that everybody is noticing this. Like, Turpin needs to be out there. Like, this is what I'm saying, y'all. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. To me, Turpin needs to be the number 3 wide receiver. That's what I'm saying. And since Cooks is back, you put both of them out there, they because they so fast, they can change the game with their speed. I'm talking about as far as getting behind the defense. I'm talking about as far as running people off. And then at the spot where they run, it opens up everything. You get 2 fast guys like that, they can do it. See what I'm saying? So especially with Cooks back, now you got real speed out there. So you got to respect the speed. You understand what I'm saying? So the offense has a potential. I ain't say it's going to happen. The offense, because of the speed, there are things that can open up now. Because you got to respect the speed. Nobody can run with Turpin, and very few can run with Cooks. So even in a clear out, wherever they cleared out, somebody going to be crossing right in this spot. It's going to be one-on-one. Guess what? Yeah, JV. I mean, but now, especially now, see with Dak, you can use Turpin as 4 or 5, whatever you wanted to. But because your quarterback is not Dak Prescott, then you need to load him up. I'm talking about Rush now. You need to load him up with the weapons. And I know Mingo played, and I like Mingo too. I'm just saying, now put Turpin as 3 because you need to give him weapons. That's how Cook look. When Cook scored his touchdown, that wasn't nothing but speed, man. He just ran across. You can't keep up with that, especially if you get in front of you. That's what speed does. Turpin could do the same thing. Same route, same thing. Can Mingo do it? I don't know. Can Tolbert do it? I don't know. But I know those two can. So I'm saying this is how you improve your offense. This is how you improve your offense, especially when you got a backup quarterback. You put some more weaponry and give them that. Now things open up. You really believe defensive coordinators are going to let Turpin go one-on-one? I'm just saying. You're going to be in the zone. Guess what? If you're in the zone, get the ball to Rico. He's going to run it now because you ain't got nobody up in the box. Mingo, man. Good question, JVB boy. Mingo is a big target, man. He just didn't. Mingo is, there you go, E. He's got speed, but he's more, let me put it in a word, he's more of a possession guy. And I'm going to say kudos to Rush again because he's not trying to really force it to Mingo. And probably, we ain't going to know this till we look at the all-22 tape, but probably the reason why you ain't seen Mingo, it might be that he ain't open. He ain't just explosively fast. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. Man, you can use Turpin, man, in a lot of ways, man. Look, he's an Energizer Bunny type guy. He just don't get tired. So you can use him as a chess piece for the offense just by simply running him in motion just to see if they in man or in zone. We ain't seen a lot of motion, really. We really haven't seen it. But I'm saying these are things that you can do to make it easier for Rush. And I think that can happen, to be honest with you. Now, let me get to defense. Because I ain't going to hold y'all long. Defensively, man, I told you. It's very simple, y'all. I told y'all this just the last show. Man, look. When you add a DaRon Bland back to your defense, when you add a fully healthy now Micah Parsons, what you think gonna happen? The defense don't get worse. The defense gets better. What do you think happens when you add an all-pro cornerback back to your defense and you sit down third, fourth string cornerbacks? Hello? What do you do when you're using Micah Parsons like a queen on a chessboard? Line him up everywhere. Line him up as defensive tackle. Line him up on the edge. Line him up as linebacker. I mean, what do you expect this defense to look like? Worse? No. Which leads to what do you think is going to happen? Probably in 10 days. What do you think is going to happen when Diggs come back? What you think gonna happen? The defense gonna get worse? I mean, this is not hard to figure out. Guess what? Your defense is getting better because simply everybody getting healthy. This is not hard to figure out. This is not fourth stringers playing no more. And then, of course, when you got a crazed dog like Overshawn, who is slowly but surely, no, he ain't slowly but surely. He is a monster. As I said at the beginning of the year, I couldn't wait to see him because I already know what he about. Now you got a Parsons and a Overshawn who play like they hair on fire. What is it that you're expecting? I don't. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just say it like this. You can bank on the defense. I only got one small question, though, about the defense. And I'm not basing it off the Giants. I'm basing it off overall. And we ain't really going to find this out until maybe Monday night. I still got questions about the run. Can we stop the run? The Giants actually was moving it at the beginning of the game. And then they start getting penalties and all that type of stuff. And sometimes we'll make the plays. But they could run the ball pretty well. Let me see. It looked all right. Let me look it real quick. Well, not really. I don't even count Drew Lock. Drew Lock had, that's accountability to the quarterback. Drew Lock had 4 attempts for 57 yards. Tracy had 9 carries for 32 yards. That's 3.6 yards a carry. And Singletary had 7 carries for 23 yards. That's 3.3. See, they stopped the run. So let me correct myself. That's really the last question I got. But as far as coverage goes, as far as physical style of play, we can expect this the rest of the way, which is the reason why I keep saying this is now, as long as Rush is playing, which will be the rest of the year, this is now a defensive-led team that has to be on point enough to where they're going to keep us in ball games and possibly win it. Remember when Rush played a couple years ago when he went 4-1, it was the defense that was playing lights out. Remember that now. Yesterday, the defense played lights out for the majority of the game at least. They played lights out. I mean, how many times Drew Lock hit the ground? How many sacks did we have? 6, I believe, something like that. How many pressures did we have? The running backs obviously didn't get off. So, I mean, this is what they shut down Washington as far as I'm concerned. I know that was the reason why Washington played, scored the points they did because we were playing off. At one point in time, it was 20-9 in the third quarter. We were shutting Washington down completely. Both phases of the game, passing and running. We were shutting them down. Then we started playing off, and they gave them life. Well, slightly the same thing that happened in this game as well. But this defense, man, can light you up. And it's getting better. Michael Parsons did all this talking, but everybody can see ever since he's been back, he's playing like a man possessed. He almost getting two sacks a game ever since he came back. He had 1.5 yesterday. I mean, he playing like a man possessed, and the team now is following him. You want to know who the leader of the team is right now? Michael Parsons. It's not Rush. It's not CD. It's not nobody on offense. And he's giving the positive message, like, ain't no quitting me. And I'm going all out. And see, when Michael Parsons go all out, he has the ability by himself to change a game. He is a game wrecker. It's rare. Ain't too many guys that got that type of ability. It's a few. TJ Watt is a game wrecker. Myles Garrett, game wrecker. Hutchinson from Detroit, who's hurt. But prior to him getting hurt, game wrecker. See what I'm saying? These type of dudes here, man, can change a game. And if he get about 2 or 3 guys who follow him, like Overshawn, see, I'm gonna go and say something about Overshawn real quick. I think some of y'all can agree with it. Overshawn is a game wrecker. He has that type of ability. Mario Overshawn has Pro Bowl, I ain't saying this year, he has Pro Bowl, All-Pro talent. Not saying he's going to be that this year. But I'm saying he has that type of ability. But he'll make 1 or 2 plays a game that can change the whole thing. He did it yesterday. Put 7 points on the board. He sets a tone. He sets a tone with the way he hit people. You see what I'm saying? He's the one that can make the crowd go, ooh, ooh. He's the one that the defense gonna follow and say, oh, okay. I'm telling y'all, this dude, when you get 2 of them on the same team, and let me say this now. Notice Marshawn Nealon didn't play yesterday, and Trayvon Diggs didn't play. Oh, okay. Now there's talk that DeMarcus Lawrence may be coming back next week. Are you kidding me? What you think? Let's use common sense. What you think gonna happen when DeMarcus Lawrence come back? Does the defense get worse, or does it get better? What you think gonna happen when Trayvon Diggs come back? You think that's gonna make the defense worse, or it's gonna get better? See, it's still some more. It's still some more bullets that need to lock into the gun. It's still a few more bullets left. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Look, and I'm saying all this to say, remember, I'm ready to close it out now. Remember, y'all can forget about the draft for now. That's over with. Ain't no top 10, ain't no top 5 pick. Get it. That's over and done with. On the other side of it is the Washington Commanders hold the last playoff spot at 7-5. Yesterday, they had to grab the NFC playoff picture, and they had the division leaders, and then the 3 wild card spots that are being held. And then at the bottom it says in the hunt. And at the time the game was not over, the Cowboys and the Giants. But if you saw it yesterday, you saw that the teams that were in the hunt had 5 wins. And they said they was in the hunt because they're only literally 2 games out. And then the Cowboys in the Cowboys way, and perspective, it really ain't 2 games behind Washington because we beat them already. Keep that in mind. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying because the Cowboys won their 5th game, they are now in the hunt for the last wild card spot. Those other 2, they're not gonna get them. That's the Packers and the Vikings. They got way too many wins. We ain't gonna catch them. But Washington can be caught. Of course, the Cowboys got to take care of business. But I'm saying they're closer to a wild card spot than they are to the top 5 pick or even a top 10 pick in the draft. That's why Michael's saying, ain't no tanking here. Ain't no tanking here. Shane said the way Diggs been playing, I say it makes them worse. Well, Shane, the only thing I'm gonna say is let me put it this way. Offensive coordinators aren't gonna be trying Diggs too much now. Now, if you say you're playing worse, I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know if you're talking about coverage He's coming off a knee, so I kind of get that one. But if you're talking about getting plays made on them, all they doing is running crossing routes on them, really. Make them run and get behind them. But as far as throwing down the field, they ain't going to keep trying them. Because, see, he going to get one or two. Let's not forget who he is. So I see what I kind of understand what you're saying. But the reason why you're saying that is because you're holding him to his standards, which is an all-pro level. But you got to give him some type of credence because he's playing. He's not even, with the ACL. I mean, not with it, but he's just coming off of it. Everybody knows that when you have ACL, that first year, it's going to be somewhat of a struggle. That's what I think it is. I think that's what it's really all about with Diggs. I don't have no question about it. Speaking of that, thank you, even though that was a back away to me to think about it. Let me tell y'all the small move that Zimmer has done. I think I told you about this the other day, but I saw it again yesterday, and it was a shutdown. All right? Pay attention. For those that watch, for those that have the All 22, when you watch it, I need y'all to go to the point that when Butler went down, I hated to see him play because he was playing well. When Butler went down, Zimmer did that sneaky move like he did in Washington. He did what people have been saying, well, they'll say he too small. I've been watching Jordan Lewis since he was at Michigan, when he was an All-American first team cornerback. And everybody said he can't play outside. He only need to play the slot. And that's what they've done to him the whole career. But if y'all notice in Washington and yesterday, when they put Jordan Lewis outside, things got shut down. Malik Neighbors didn't do nothing when Jordan Lewis got outside. You ain't hear from him no more. McLaughlin from Washington only did something, and that wasn't on Jordan Lewis anyway, but McLaughlin only did something when he caught that little pass in the last few seconds there. McLaughlin ain't do nothing in Washington. I'm trying to say that Jordan Lewis, wherever you put him in, he gonna produce. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I don't know this 8-year narrative, 6-year narrative about Jordan Lewis can't play outside. Somebody better go look at the tape. Jordan Lewis can play outside. If just so happen you throw a 50-50 ball and a 6'3" receiver jumps over him, so be it. But Jordan Lewis gonna be in position. He gonna be in position. I'd rather take that chance. Jordan Lewis is a problem this year. He really is. Jordan Lewis, that was a sneaky move that Mike Zimmer did, and I'm telling you, it looked real good. It does. I'm not saying that when Diggs come back, keep Jordan Lewis outside or let Bland play. Let Bland play. Exactly, E. I'm serious. We see the Cowboys have limited him to just being a slot cornerback. And whenever somebody got hurt outside, they never put Jordan Lewis outside. They never did it. I'm talking about go back to the Jason Garrett days. Go back to all the time that Coach McCarthy has been here. Whoever the defensive coordinator was, Quinn, whoever it was, they never put him outside. They never did. Zimmer saying, I don't know what y'all been looking at. I don't know why y'all ain't put this dude outside. He's a problem. He's fast. He can run with anybody. He can hit people. He He supports the run game, and ain't no half getting there. He comes in, sets ahead, and bounce off of him and make tackle. See, we limited him just being a cornerback in the slot and blitz and an outside blitzer. That's all we done to Jordan. We never really gave him a chance outside. And he really not gonna get a chance now. I mean, we know that once our guys are healthy. I'm just saying, in emergency cases, if somebody get hurt, you can put Jordan Lewis outside. And it works. So I gotta give him a shout out as well. Jordan Lewis is playing great football right now. Now, say it all that offensive, defensive, all that type of stuff to say this. I told y'all last show, the Washington game, that's a bonus win. Yesterday was an expected win. The biggest game of the year comes up Monday night. I'm back against the wall. Really, all of them big, but the narrative has got to change if we beat Cincinnati. Which leads to this, and I'll close with this. All of us that have said Mike McCarthy, somebody put it up. I took it down earlier. I'm going to find it too. I believe that was JVB boy that said it. I think that was him. Or was it Metris? Was it you, Metris? I don't know if Metris is still here. Was it you that said that? I'm trying to find the comment. Because I told him I was going to get to that. Y'all forgive me. Hey, hit that like button for me while I'm waiting to get it. Everybody hit that like button. Give me about 20. Just smash it. You're on YouTube, hit that heart button. You're on Facebook. Give me that, y'all hanging with me. Y'all like the content. Y'all hit it. I done ran past it. But somebody said earlier that McCarthy needs to be fired regardless. And there's still plenty more. There's still plenty more left in this season before it was Matrix. There it is. Matrix says, even if we win out, McCarthy needs to be fired. If we win out, man, I disagree 1,000,000%. If we win out, man, that means we're going 10-7. That's double-digit wins with a fully injured team this year. If he went 10-7, Meters, there's no way in the world you're gonna fire him. He pulled that off after a horrible start and found a way with a backup quarterback and a defense that's getting healthier week by week. There's no way you're gonna fire him if that happened. If that happened, no way. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, if he went 10-7, he deserves some votes for being NFL Coach of the Year. He ain't going to win it, but I'm just saying, he deserves some votes. Now, if you really want the truth, the Cowboys were at 3-5, whatever we were, in some kind of way, this team sneaks in the back door and gets that last wild card spot. Oh my God. How can you fire him? He deserves to keep his job. All the injuries we done had. Come on, y'all. I look, I'm one to say that he's supposed to go too. Ain't no sense in me lying about it. But let's be realistic now. Let's be realistic. And there's a chance that even if the Cowboys lose out, if it ain't one thing, another. Now CD look like he hurt, even though I believe he's going to play Monday night. Y'all hear me? I don't know what's going on. Y'all hear this static? Jesus. I'm sorry about that. Music is horrible. Okay, it's better. I don't know how you guys. I don't know how. He ain't. Look, I'm just gonna tell you. If he can some kind of way double digits, if he gets to 10, you have to win every game. I don't know if we'll win every game, but yeah, I got it out of there. I see it, JBB boy. I'm saying now. I'm saying now. If you're gonna be fair, we can just stop right now and say, okay, Mike, and look at the inventory of all the injuries that it counts, y'all. I understand, the next man up approach. Sometimes when your next man up is a practice squad guy, I don't want to hear nothing about no next man up. It is what it is. It's a difference between a all pro and then a practice squad guy. See what I'm saying? And Greg, I like this. But here's my pushback to what you're saying. And what you're saying is true, Greg. But what is really your expectation? What is really your expectation of the offense with Cooper Rush being your quarterback? What is it? What is really your expectation? What is the standard for a Cooper Rush led offense? What is it? I don't think it's the issue. I think that Cooper Rush played a very solid football game yesterday. I don't have no complaints about Cooper Rush. I got complaints about the play caller and the play calling, about how he got allergic and forgot about running the ball. And Cooper Rush, to me, has no business throwing the ball 36 times, even on a day like that where you led for the majority of the game. I don't understand why, but that's play call. Rush played solid, didn't turn the ball over or whatever, but 195 yards, maybe that is the ceiling for a quarterback. For him. See, he ain't getting no 330 yards like that. That's why I'm saying, what for a Dak Prescott led offense, the standards is this. For a Cooper Rush led offense, what really is your standard? So to be honest with you, the offense really does supposed to be behind. It's like I said about if you play fantasy football. If you have CeeDee Lamb as one of your wide receivers, you already know when Dak Prescott left with the injury, you knew CeeDee Lamb's numbers was going to go down. You knew that. CD may not see a 100-yard game for the rest of this season. Seriously. Last game, not last week against Washington, what was 10 receptions for 67 yards? That might be his, that might be all you're going to get out of him because everything going to be short. You see what I'm saying? So what really is your expectation for a Cooper Rush led offense? That's the only pushback I got to say. I don't know if it's the issue. Maybe that's about as best as it's going to get because you're not really expecting major numbers from Cooper Rush. I expect, better numbers from Rico Dowdle. I expect that. That's what we got yesterday. Because you ain't trying to make Cooper Rush Dan Marino. You're not. Or you shouldn't be. So I don't know about that. I don't know if you say he's not good. He's a solid NFL backup quarterback. That if you put him in, the level is not going to go all the way down to the bottom. Put it that way. Cooper Rush is fully capable of driving the football. He may get 1 or 2 touchdowns minimum, and he ain't throwing for no 300 yards. He's going to throw for somewhere between 170, 240, somewhere in that area. Everything else after that is just bonus. This is what he brings to the table. And because the game plan is not throwing it down the field. You see that. But shoot, it was like that with Dak Prescott. It's get the ball out quick. That's what you seeing with Cooper Rush. It ain't, and hope you guys break a tackle. That's it. It's simple. So I don't know what the expectations really are. He really don't throw a real good deep ball because he really can't stretch the ball out there that far. He can throw a deep ball long as it's going somewhere between, 35 and 40. Change that I have been out on McCarthy as far as the 3-12 season. Was it McCarthy or Kellen Moore? I'm just saying. Well, both of them had the one thing in common, Shane. When both of them ran their offense other than this year, both of them was the number one, coordinated number one offenses in the league. Cowboys number one offense in the league last year under McCarthy. Kellen Moore has coached multiple number one offenses in the league. So I give them that. 12 wins can't be dismissed. It's hard to win in this league. They didn't get it done in the playoffs, obviously. But if Mike McCarthy, I don't think they'll win. 10, every game from now on. I don't think so. But, you got to factor in. Now, if you just want a different voice, see, it's the other thing. Here's the thing. Exactly. Here's the thing. He ain't turning the ball over like he said. He didn't turn it over yesterday. And then, like he said right here. What's up, Derek? I see you, bro. Thanks for popping in. He says he didn't put the team in a bad position. I'll take that. He's playing this game like he did a couple years ago. This is what he did. He didn't put the team in bad positions. He rarely turned the ball over. He had, pedestrian, good backup numbers. And that's the reason why everybody gave him credit. One, because he had incredible numbers. It was just that he kept the team moving. Exactly. I can't come in here and act like Russ not doing his job. His job is to try to keep. Nobody asking him to be Dak Prescott. Maybe some of the fan base is, but I'm not. Cooper Rush has been solid. All right, Cooper Rush has been solid. Uncle Charles, what's up, man? He said McCarthy need to go 10-7 to keep his job. I'm just saying, if he does, it ain't even no question that he gonna keep his job to me. But I want to say this because a lot of y'all might be frustrated. You don't like him, and I was one that said fire him too, but I got complaints about him too even now. But at the same time, you have to balance it out. You can't dismiss what he has done. You can't. See, you can't dismiss that this dude done put together 12 win seasons. I mean, I ain't gonna underestimate that. I ain't gonna act like that ain't nothing. That's huge. All right. I'm not gonna dismiss that. I'm not gonna dismiss the fact that even though he wanted Kellen Moore gone, I'm not gonna dismiss the fact that the guy, when he took over, he still had number one offense in the league. And most importantly, y'all, Dak Prescott. Because see, if you hire another coach, you're not hiring another coach for defensive purposes. Your next coach is going to be, how are you going to make my quarterback better? That's what because that's the one that's making the money. That's what you have to look at as far as how do you make this dude right here better? You ain't going to hire if you hire a defensive coach, if you hire Bill Belichick, before I get to Bill Belichick, I'm saying, okay, who is your offensive coordinator? I got all this money wrapped up in this quarterback right here. $240 million, $60 million a year. Please tell me who your offensive coordinator is. That's who I need to be checking out. Cause see, this the guy that's gonna lead us. I don't want, if you're hiring Vrabel, okay, I need to know who is your offensive coordinator. Cause see, Vrabel, you're a defensive coach. Who is your offensive coordinator? And then I need to have an interview with him. Cause see, I'm gonna ask him the simple question: how do you make my quarterback better? However you want to say it, go to the next level. Now, if Bill Belichick is telling me that my offensive coordinator is going to be Josh McDaniels, okay, let's go ahead and talk. Let's talk. I don't know who Vrabel could get. I'm just saying. If you're talking about Ben Johnson, okay, that's fine, because we all already know that if you don't know who Ben Johnson is, that's the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. Okay, we see how Detroit rolls. I ain't got to ask no questions. I know you're going to make my quarterback better because you know how to coordinate offense. See what I'm saying? So it's some people, you know, that's why I was saying, if you saying Deion Sanders, I'm asking Deion Sanders. I know he's going to light the city up. I know it's going to be incredible how Deion will light this city up, the marketing and all that type of stuff will be there. I get it. But I need to know who your offensive coordinator is. See, it's more than just a name. The question is, you are going to have to make my quarterback better because, Uncle Charles, I ain't talking about that at all. It's possible. There ain't no question about that. I went over there earlier. It's very possible. It's very possible about the playoffs. The last wild card spot. It's very possible. Possible. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but we ain't throwing in the towel. Okay? I'll say that. But I'm just saying, if you firing him, who you bringing in? See, that's important. The thing is about how you gonna make your quarterback better. That's the bottom line, y'all. I know y'all don't like it, but it's just the truth. The money is wrapped up in Dak Prescott. You got to have a quarterback to win. Your next hire is going to be about Dak Prescott. I even throw this in. Y'all sure ain't going to like this. You sure you ain't going to like what I'm going to say now. But if you bring it back Kellen Moore, ain't nothing really to talk about. Okay, y'all, listen. Listen, because there's a track record that shows that Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott work well together. Number one offense in the league multiple times. So I ain't got to worry about. I ain't got to worry about that. I don't want Kellen Moore back too because he's questionable as far as play calling. But don't dismiss the fact, multiple times, number one offense in the league. Hello. I just had to ask Kellen Moore, who your defensive coordinator? Or are we keeping it simple? I mean, that's when Jerry get involved and all that type of stuff. So you got to make the quarterback better. Kellen Moore makes your quarterback better. I don't care. I understand what, hey, we will question some of his play calls like we doing McCarthy. I'm just saying, y'all. So you got to balance out McCarthy. You can't dismiss the fact that everybody's hurt this year. You can't dismiss that. I know we got the white jerseys and the star on the helmet and but this ain't the Cowboys. There's a difference between DeMarcus Lawrence and whoever they got in there. There's a difference between Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush. There he is. We could even name some of the players on this defense. I'm serious, y'all. You got to factor that in. And the effect of not having those players there. You can't say that, you went 5-12. You got to go. Okay, why did you go 5-12? You can't run the race without the horses, y'all. See, Jared, you fired him because of the record and you lost the voice. See, that's when Jared need to take some responsibility as well, y'all. Because, see, he the one to put the team together. He didn't make no improvements. Yeah, exactly, JV. There's a difference between Tank Lawrence and KJ Henry, who just got cut. You got to factor that in. There's a difference between Bland and Carson at your cornerback. There's a difference. I forgot who number 27 was, whoever his name was. I mean, come on now. That has to be factored in. You can't run the race without the horses. You can't do it. You got the helmet on, but when you got preseason players playing in starting roles in the middle of the season, you can't dismiss that. I'm just saying you got to balance it out. You can say he has clock management issues. You can say that, you questioning his play calling. Okay, that's fine. And that is true. But you can't dismiss it. You got to get the other side of it too now. You got to. You got to. If you go, yeah, Booth. Thank you, JVB boy. Come on now. Charles Booth. It's a difference between Trayvon Diggs and Charles Booth. Help me. What you expect? There, you're absolutely right. So far, he's taking pretty decent care of the ball. You're right about that. It makes a difference. And that don't make no difference, Uncle Charles, there, because they don't know what to do with money anyway. They hold it. They had money this offseason, then spend nothing. So I don't get excited about that at all. They don't believe in spending. They don't believe in spending money. You know that. So I ain't gonna get hype about what they got and what they nope, I ain't doing it. You'll say the same thing in the preseason next year, and they'll be still talking about draft and development. They'll be going to get these bottom of the barrel free agents. They ain't gonna spend no money. You know that. They done showed us there for years. I have no reason to believe that if they had $200 million, they still wouldn't do it. See what I'm saying? So I ain't going. I'm not going. I refuse to drink that Kool-Aid at all. I let the other side of the fan base do that. They love that. They hear a name, every name you hear, they gonna say the Cowboys ain't interested in nobody. The media says the Cowboys are interested. The Cowboys didn't even pick up the phone and call Derrick Henry. The media said he needs to be a Cowboy. Cowboys are interested. The Cowboys didn't even pick up the phone. Remember when they brought in Warner, the linebacker in? Remember they brought him in? They didn't even offer him a contract. They brought him in for an interview. They didn't even offer him a contract. You know what I'm saying? So I Warner, oh God. What's my guy? He used to play with Seattle. The linebacker, all pro, all those years. Y'all know what I'm talking about. My brain ain't working right They ain't offering him nothing. So what the media says, they look for the Cowboys to do the total opposite. Cowboys got all the money. They gonna have. They got all of. They got Wagner. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Darren. They brought Bobby Wagner in. Quinn wanted him. Brought him in for an interview. Let him leave the building without a contract offer. They ain't offering him nothing. They really wanted him to work out, but Wagner wasn't gonna work out at all till he had his money. Can't blame him for that. But how you gonna let Bobby Wagner just walk out without a contract offer, knowing he wanted to play with Dan Quinn? Derrick Henry made it clear that he wanted to play for the Cowboys. Moved, got a house in Dallas, only 15 minutes away. They said from the start. Come on now, didn't even pick up the phone. Could have got him easily. So I don't get excited about free agents and all that. Y'all don't stop biting the media. Cowboys are gonna draft. They might give up some draft to move up, or might give up something to move down and gain even more picks. And you're gonna have Daniel have 13 picks in the draft, and only about 3 or 4 of them gonna make the team. Think about it. All these picks we got, ain't number about 3 or 4 of them gonna make the team next year. Seriously. Huh? Chris says, I would like a well-rounded defensive coach who knows that running the ball is important and getting size and athleticism on our defensive line. Then you like Mike Vrabel then. You like Bill Belichick. I like both of them too, but the only problem is I just need to know who your offensive coordinator is. That's all I need to know. Then let me do some research on him. Then I'll say if I'm excited or not. That's if McCarthy goes though. I'm serious, y'all. I wouldn't be surprised. Y'all heard the interview with Jerry. I know he had to say it. He ain't just gonna put out and say, well, he ain't gonna make it. But he had to say it because the man is presently coaching now. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry get that man an extension. You know what he had to deal with this year. And if he can pull off, I'm just saying. Because whether y'all want to admit it or not, we are on the road to that last wild card spot and have a chance in getting it. Keep in mind, as of now, Washington is still on our schedule. Washington has the last spot at 7-5. Cowboys are now in the hunt. JVB boy was then that changed. Well, Jeff, perfect thing here. Jeffrey says, I'll come back to you, JVB boy, in just a second with your comment. Jeffrey says, you can run the race without the horses, true. But when you're not trying to get replacements, that's when it drives you crazy. You can't tell me they want to win. How come every fan can see it? Oh, I agree totally. This is the roster that Jerry put there. They believe in the draft and development. That's why you keep hearing him say it. He said it yesterday. These young guys are getting experience, and it's gonna pay dividends before the end of the year. That's what they believe. That's how they've operated the last 5-6 years. They believe free agency is for bottom of the barrel free agents. They believe that. That's how they've operated. They don't believe in big name impact free agents. That's how they run their organization. They'll hold on to the money in the salary cap instead of spending it if need be. So that's just the way that we run. So I don't expect replacements. I don't expect it because they never have done it. Not really. At least in the last 6 years or so. They don't. That's just how they run their organization. Is it wrong? I think so. But that's how they run it. So I don't have no expectation when it comes to that. No, sir, Greg. Better check that again. They are not 5 games from the last wild playoff spot. They put up the NFC picture as of now. The last playoff spot are the Washington Commanders. Their record is 7-5. The teams that are in the hunt had 5 wins. That's what they had down there. They are only 2 games, really 1.5 games from Washington because we beat them already. Now the Cowboys got to win, of course. But as of now, they are only a game and a half from the last spot, which is the 7th seed. They're only 2 games out. Really 1.5. As long as Washington have. So they're in the hunt. Now, are they gonna capitalize off of it? I don't think they're gonna go the rest of the way undefeated. I don't think so. Which will put them at 10-7. I don't think that's gonna happen, but the schedule, ladies and gentlemen, is not as brutal as it was at the beginning. We just saw it. The Washington game, I count that as a bonus win because nobody really thought we would beat Washington, except a few of our beloved fan base. Everybody expected us to beat the Giants. That's why I say this next game is a big one, because there's going to be plenty of people who think Cincinnati going to win, and there's going to be plenty think that we're going to win. But if the Cowboys win, there'll be a 3-game winning streak, and the confidence and the belief will grow even more. And a team that has confidence and their defense is fully loaded by the time we get through with Cincinnati. This defense is going to keep getting better and better and better. And look, I've seen defenses win championships. I ain't saying Super Bowl this year. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I've seen when teams get hot per se, or part of the team get hot, this defense can cause problems. Let me just say that. This defense can cause some problems. That's the part where you got to be honest. If D-Law is coming back, and everybody's saying D-Law is coming back this week, if D-Law is coming back this week and Diggs comes back, and I got Overshown and Parsons causing mad havoc like they are right now, and Bland is back, Kendricks is playing well, Mozzie is even playing well, Osick is playing well, Golston has played super football. Just trying to tell y'all. Now, our offense is struggling. Well, I ain't say struggling, but look, defense is playing well. And it's going to get better. That's all I'm saying. Just saying. It's not too far-fetched. Appreciate you, Eagles. I got a Philadelphia Eagle in here. Appreciate you for. Thank you. We'll take it. A win is a win. I'll take it. I think the Commanders just going to self-destruct anyway, though, Verdi. I don't think we really need help. I'll take it, but I'm just saying. I don't think Washington is really that. Washington's won a lot of miracle games. Cinderella got to come home sooner or later. You know, Even the game against us, that miracle was answered when they tied the game, or almost tied the game up. All this Cinderella stuff got to come home now. Getting away by the skin of your teeth. Hail Mary against Chicago and all that. See, all that's going to come down. I don't think there's nothing really to worry. I think they're going to lose on their own. I'll take it. We just got to handle our business. So next, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll be talking about this. Am I coming on tomorrow too? I guess so. Tomorrow we'll turn the page slowly but surely and start talking about Cincinnati. It's going to be a big game, man. That's going to be a big game. Because, see, if you lose it, then we can go and start looking at the draft then. I don't think they can get back from 3 games. If we win, however, then we got to start having some different type conversation. If we lose against Cincinnati, we can go on lock in on the draft deal. That's the way I feel about it. But if we win, we gotta start talking a lot of different angles. All right. And I appreciate y'all hanging with me. I really do. Thank y'all for waking up. I hope y'all didn't eat too much. You know, all y'all gonna do it today. Some great football on today. Colorado plays in a few more minutes. See if they can keep their dream alive, possibly. Maybe making the Big 12 championship game. They messed it up their own selves last week. And they have very slim hopes for the playoff. But that's why they play the game. So we'll see that's on today. Kansas City and the Raiders play today. Black Friday game. There's a lot of good stuff on. Football on all day. All right, I'm about to get to it and watch it myself. All right, y'all enjoy y'all leftovers. I know you got them. And I appreciate y'all hanging. Look, I'll be with you guys tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We'll start talking about Cincinnati and see what else is going to happen, all right? Appreciate y'all. We'll talk to you tomorrow. This has been the one and the only, the Big Time Show.